we'll see if he comes back. There's some birds on the roof that are distracting him. How about now? Can people hear me now? Hello, hello? Okay, cool. OBS is just making the bars go really weird for some reason. Anyway, Pod wanted to know if there are any recommendations for learning Unreal C++ coming from Unity. That's a tricky one. I know that in the Unreal manual, they have like a transition guide. Let me see if I can find it. Unreal manual, Unity. It shows some like one-to-one stuff, like if you're coming from Unity. Yeah, so you can see they have like side-by-sides of the UI. It has a general guide of like, you're used to this, now use this. So this is like a good starting point. There's also like, you know, you can Google and YouTube. There's a lot of people who have posted stuff. I did like a quick talk about this for Glitch City. I'll check back in with them. I know they recorded it, but I don't know if it ever got posted. But I'll post that up as well if we can find it. So yeah, but it's Unreal C++ is like kind of a weird beast because C++ is like a million languages smushed together, and so Unreal takes a subset of those, but then also adds all this preprocessor stuff that's run by their like header generator. So it's like a subset of C++ plus some non-C++ stuff. You kind of just, you get used to it, but it's kind of weird at first. C++ isn't that bad. It's one of those things where it's like, it's easy to pick up, it's just hard to like master. But you know, if you've used like C# in Unity, it's not that different. You just gotta be aware that there's like more footguns to it, and that it compiles a lot more slowly. But other than that, it's fine. Plus in Unreal, as long as you're using UObjects, it has a garbage collector, so a lot of the stuff that's like confusing about C++ to people coming from .NET is kind of ameliorated in that way. Anyway, just to sort of talk through what I'm doing right now, I want the ship, like if you look at them flying, like it's all local rotation, so if I fly up and go this way, oh no, we're sideways now, and if I go this way, it's like, oh, we're upside down now. And I'd kind of like the horizon to unroll. So I get your like, I get our current rotation, I get what our rotation would look like if we were upright. I get the up vectors for both of those. I like convert that to an angle axis. I use this little bar right here as the dot product like operator. So like, you know, I take that rotation, I dot it with the front direction, and that gives me like a twist on how much to twist the plane to be upright again. And now I'm coming up with a bunch of like multipliers, right? That I'm like, you know, if I'm like vertical, then I don't want to like twist when I'm pointing up and down. I also don't want to like auto level when I'm steering. So I think cursor position is like how much I'm steering. So we can say like steering amount is size of my cursor position. Cursor is like the shooting reticle. It's 1 minus steering amount. So yeah, let's see what this does. So I'm just, you can see, I recompiled. What happens? Is this gonna work? So I go upside down, and then I flip around. Whoop. It's a bit sickening, but we're iterating on it. Whoop. Yep. Cloud says, the city looks gorgeous, 10 out of 10. I kind of like kit bashed this together from some like online assets. So all these buildings came from like a Cyberpunk City pack. The skybox came from like an anime sunset pack. And then everything else was just me playing with the materials and the colors and stuff so that they all fit together. So now what you can see is I had written this debugger that lets me just like graph a bunch of values. So now I'm just graphing all these values that I'm looking at to see if they make sense. So the yellow graph is how vertical we are. We're vertical, it's up. We're horizontal, it's down. We're vertical, it's up. The like blue line is how much steering I'm doing. So like, whoop, I'm steering. Whoop, I'm not steering. Whoop, I'm steering again. And then the green line is how strong the auto leveling is. So now the auto leveling is very strong, now it's very weak. So all those numbers seem what we'd expect. It does look like, because it's trying to auto level the maximum amount, it's happening really fast. So let's try and speed cap that. Hey, Retrospector. Welcome to the chat. Okay. So now the auto leveling takes a second. Kind of gentle. Let's see what happens when we tune that up. Let's see if it takes like a quarter of a second. Second. It's feeling pretty good. So I can do a full loop-de-loop and it doesn't try an auto level because I'm steering. I can point up and it doesn't twist because of the vertical check. But then when I'm just like sideways, it like writes itself. And then of course when I transform back, the horizon auto fixes automatically. Cool. Andy asks if there's any differences in values between the mouse and keyboard versus the gamepad. I mean, currently the steering is just based on your position of the cursor in the screen, so it's not any different. But like in other cases, I've like gone back and forth and tested both and set them up differently. So once I get the basic mechanics working, we can like dial in the gamepad stuff. But we can see like, you know, go left, go right, and transform. It's like basically feeling okay. I think I might actually want to put a low pass filter on the auto level, just because it's like, it still feels like a little harsh when it takes over. One thing we might do, Retrospector asks, auto leveling makes sense for planet-side combat since there's ground, but how do you plan to make it work for space combat? I have some configuration. I haven't like put it in yet, I think, in my like gravity fields. But basically, one of the gravity modes is like 0G, in which there's just no horizon at all, like if you're in an asteroid field. And so there's actually like a lot of things that changes when you're in 0G. So one is that there's no auto leveling because there's no like proper like up direction for the pawn. This is like your horizon. Another thing is like the grounded units, right? Like the rabbit when it's in robot mode, or the spider tank will kind of just like float when you're in 0G. And like, in the case of the rabbit, you'll have to turn into a jet to really move. Or in the case of the spider, you'll have to use your zip line between like asteroids or something to like move through 0G space like quickly. Like otherwise you'll just kind of like slowly hover in like different directions. So yeah, there's like a bunch of stuff that changes like in 0G just to make those levels feel better. Yeah, right now there's like there's a few different gravity modes. So there's like, this level doesn't have any special gravity, so it's just straight up and down gravity. There's our like DMV level here, the Department of Mecha Vehicles, in which like you can see it's a like it's a moon. So this is like radial inward. It's kind of like Mario Galaxy. So your up direction is continuously changing in this example, so like the auto leveling would always be oriented to the moon. We've also got at the beginning of a spline test level here, in which the gravity is oriented along a tube. I want to have tube music playing at the same time. So this like sort of replicates like Star Fox, where you're just in a tube. And like the tube can like twist, so that, you know, as you go through some sections, maybe you like go upside down for a part and then you come right side up again. So in that case, all the gravity is aligned to like this like blue arrow here while you're like on the rail. So that's some of the other like special gravity regions. Just go back to here though. Let's work on the Falcon. I'm doing this city as my like first test of the high speed mode, because this would be like the skilled player area where it's like really easy to crash into stuff. And so like I want to kind of like get it working here good first, and then it should just feel good in like the 0G and the like open space sections as well. Like if we have like a big empty desert or like a big empty asteroid field, those would be like easier to navigate at high speed. But this city's like really cramped, and so like it's kind of like a pro move to play as this player in this map. CC asks, can the nose of Eden's plane be used to stab things in a melee attack style? I sure hope so. Like there's the dash move, but I was thinking in high speed it can become like an attack. So especially since like all the characters should really have a melee move, but like only the rabbit and the spider like have limbs that you could imagine slashing. For like Eden's ship, it would be more of like a dash punch. So like maybe you can punch through things, maybe you hit it and bounce off of it, but like your shield absorbs the blow. So anything to just like let the maps be changed up and feel different depending on who you're playing as. I'm likening it to like picking a character in Street Fighter. Like everyone's got their own moves and their own attacks. So. So here I'm just putting a low pass filter on the level multiplier. A low pass filter is it's like blurring it. So you're adding like a little bit of lag. It's kind of like dragging something with a spring. think we could improve that more, but there's some other stuff that I want to get to first. So let's put a pin in on ruling. What I want to do next is that when you're steering, I want her nose to point a little bit in the direction that you're steering, so it feels a little bit more interactive. So here, target rotation. Start with the camera's rotation, and then based on the inputs, I want to point the nose just a little bit. So let's just multiply your input by like 15 degrees, 10 degrees. Let's try and point the nose 10 degrees and see what happens. We can do more. Oh, of course we can do more because I'm not actually using this value. Yes, there we go. The nose points in the direction you're going, like leads a little bit. That feels a bit better. Burp. Next, I'm going to handle the left stick, like throttle up and down to let you modulate your speed a little bit. Right now you're just going at 2,000 units per second, no matter what. What did I do? Speed Hut's class member. Ah. So you go kind of slow when you're pulling back, but then you go really fast. I think you should always go fast. Why did I even give it a slow value? What's your normal flying speed? So your normal afterburner is 1200, so that should be the slowest you go. Maybe it's not that you slow down because you want to stop, but because you want a corner. So I think when the throttle's back, maybe you have more steering. All these magic numbers are just me, like, doing like initial test values. We'll figure them out. Once I have them the way I like them, I'll figure out what kind of configuration we can add to the object that produces them. I don't like just putting every single number in a property, because then every object has like a million configuration values and nobody knows how to use it other than the programmer. So now can turn more sharply when like pitching. It's barely enough. It should just be like twice. Let's just say 2 times speed. 2 times raw speed. So now when you're going forward, it's slow, but when you're going back, it's fast. So I can like hit the brakes to turn, and then I can go forward. Ah. I thought it was 3 times. But if it was 4 times, let's just keep doubling. Okay, that's pretty wild. Four was too much. 3. The leading needs to change by the same amount. So leading if throttle So now it leads, and we're still leading when we're turning. Awesome. We could try leading even more based on the throttle, so that like we're really reinforcing that you can turn better. Let's try to double it. This is the game design trick. When you want something to be faster or slower, you just keep doubling and halving it until you get the right value. It's the fastest way to find it. Oh, that's so much. I'm getting sick kind of looking at it. It's the pitch that's really wild. I think one thing that's holding back using the throttle is that the pose of the character doesn't change. So let's try and just have that change just a little bit. Throttle is up. Maybe set some keys. Tag L and tag R. Rear thrusters. And then pull in a little bit. Sidebars, and pull in a little bit. Get the wings back a little. It's Clip City, but we're just getting it working right now. Get this little bottom thruster. High thrust. Now let's go the other direction. And you're like steering. I think your wing flaps. Here, let's take the wings out just a little bit. Flaps. They go up. Let's take the intakes, have them point out a little bit, like in the normal mode. Top right, top left. Side, rotate down a little bit. Swing flaps. Come in. That's looking pretty okay, right? So from the front, an angle you almost never see, except in your docking bay in the hub. Okay, we're going to export. Falcon G Supersonic. Great. Sorry, just doing some like annoying bookkeeping here. We're copying gameplay values to the animation system because it runs on a different thread. So you have this like sync up function where you tell the animation all its inputs. Now we're going to edit the animation asset and have it plug the throttle into this new animation timeline that I created. Animation blueprint, Falcon 2. It opened on a different screen. Throttle seconds is just we've converted the throttle from a -1 to 1 value into a 0 to time value. So now, nothing's happening. What did I do wrong? Oh, I didn't import the new animation. Re-import. There we go. So here's our new, very subtle animation. Oh, but it's backwards. Oh man. Let me just mitigate this. That needs to be negative. Now it does a little bit of a pose difference. And you're pulling the stick back. That's super subtle. I should make it more extreme. And pop intakes. No, wrong. Thruster R. Thruster left. Wings. Backing up. Like maybe they do like an extreme thing. Is that too wild? I don't think that's so bad. This is all kind of just temp anyway. Uh-oh, wrong frame. This forward. Maybe that's enough because we only really care about the steering one. Well, that's enough to at least get the controls feeling more responsive. Could probably be way more extreme. Yeah, actually, what am I doing here? I gotta go ham. some noodling. Should get all the features in before I start really dialing stuff in. So what's next? A little bit of side-to-side movement when you have the stick going left and right. Then we can start thinking about what happens when you hit the gas pedal to do a dash. Jet movement. I had all these substates for the jet. Maybe we want something similar for the supersonic jet. Phantom Wood says, "Oh shit, he cooking." Oh, thanks, Def. Breathliness says, "Amazing how fast you can add these features." Yeah, it's hard to get started on a new game, but like once you're going, you kind of have momentum. Sorry, it's gonna be a little bit of boring code for a while. Oh, Def, were you at LA Comic Con or Glitch City? Yeah, we're gonna be back at Glitch City on Saturday for Glitch City Arcade with the demo that we made for Comic Con. So there's a lot of new stuff if you haven't played it in a while. Oh, I just realized that I've been saying live soon on the top of my status bar this whole time. time. The music on the title screen was done by @subspaceaudio on Twitter. He also goes by Julkala elsewhere. He does just like a bunch of like Creative Commons music that you can find on Open Game Assets. Pasted it into the chat. Fod asks, is this game your full-time gig or are you working with a studio or anything right now also? I am part-timing on this and I part-time do freelance like technical animation work for some other games, mostly run by like former colleagues of mine. Yeah, hopefully we're like working on the business side to get funding so that next year I can make this my full-time job and not part-time, quote unquote, in which I actually just have 2 full-time jobs and don't have a social life. got it doing the barrel roll animation, and I got the iframes, but the character movement isn't any different, and you're also like staying in the middle of the screen. It's not like here where you kind of like move off of your screen position just a little bit. You also actually move to the left and right. So let's implement those now. Trying to coax the boy back. What's up, buddy? You gonna come visit? Yeah, buddy. You've been looking at squirrels.
Haven't you had enough?
math alert. I'm gonna do like a fall off curve on like how fast you move. where the x-axis is like time and the y-axis is like how much horizontal speed you have. So here's a speed function, but I want to know how much distance that travels. So I'm going to integrate 1 minus x to the 4th. Because that's this 1/5 of x minus 1 to the 5th. Can't be right. I messed something up here. Plus some constant. There we go. So after 1 second, we moved like 0.2. So if we like make a multiplier, both of these can just be linearly scaled. If I do 5, and then it's going to integrate to 1. Cool, so fall off is, let's say, my progress in the roll is the time since the roll divided by the roll's duration. My fall off curve is 5 times 1 minus x. To the 4th. So we just square it twice. So now we can pick a distance. Let's say that you go 500 units. Plus equals control rot Okay, I think that should do it. Oh, wait, no. It's the last roller. So this is basically just, this red one's the speed curve, and then this blue one is how much we're going to horizontally offset. Where 1 is at the end of our barrel roll. Let's go from 0 to 1, it's like progress. That's okay. When I implemented this mode, everything is kind of physicsy. So like I'm just computing forces like accelerations. with this mode, I'm experimenting since it's like so fast in the margin of error. Like, I'm just like thinking that maybe we can have like closed form solutions, like equations like that for everything, and then you'll know like for the same input, like exactly how you're going to move. There's no like physical indeterminacy. Since like when you're moving really fast, the margin of error is so much less. Anyway, let's add that framing offset. Camera get. There's the tracking position. Oh, here we go. Roll time. If the roll is less than the barrel cooldown, yeah, this is exactly what I want. So let's just copy this. I'm copying lots of code from the jet into the supersonic jet because they're so similar. The reason I'm not just like putting all the code into the jet though is like I want to get it like basically behaving like the jet and then start making it different. There we go. What was the jet's roll framing offset? All this quad and unit parabola stuff is basically similar kind of math to that offset curve, except expressed in a lot more simple, easy functions. There we go. See? Now as you go left and right, you see it kind of change camera framing for a second. It's actually a pretty crazy offset now that I'm looking at it. Where did I put that roll distance? Right here. The offset was 500, but these are in centimeters, so this is actually 5 meters. A meter, by the way, is not like a real world meter. It's basically just how big the character is, right? So I'm using like 5 character widths when I barrel roll. What if I just do like 3 character widths? That's pretty cool. This is kind of like when you're in assault mode in Armored Core. Whoa! And you can do these little like left-rights. longer have we got? We got about 10 minutes left on the stream. Normally I'd go longer, but I'm real tired lately after last weekend. But just sort of bouncing on what Retro Spectre who was asking? Yeah, Retro Spectre was asking like how auto leveling will be handled in 0G, and I was like, it won't. Let's actually just implement that. That's a pretty nice like little 10-minute task that we can finish out with. So, star settings. These aren't actually settings for a star. These are just star is my like internal like code name for the project. So these are just like settings for a level. Let's go in here and let's say for now just 0G. So now we can, in any level, we can specify like, hey, is this a 0 gravity level? Oh, that should be outside of this editor only block here because these apply all the time. So then let's go to our function library. Add a thing in here which is like, hey, is 0G? Every time you add a helper function that's like a U function, like you can call it from blueprints in Unreal, you usually have to pass an object in that's called a context object. That's because like sometimes in the engine there can be multiple levels running at the same time. Like if you're simulating multiple players, so usually you need like a context object which can tell you like, hey, this is the person who wants to know, so I should look in their level. So we can resolve the context to a world, and then from the world we can get our settings, and we can return settings 0G. If there aren't settings for some reason, this shouldn't happen, but we'll say false. So now, in Supersonic, where we have this auto leveling code, we can put this all in a block. And we can say like, are we 0G? If we're not 0G, then we should run the auto leveling code. And I think I need to include this header. Voice back. What up, little man? It's loading. Here we go. So now we can go into, I have another Falcon test level, which is just like an asteroid field. So we can say, look in the world settings, 0G, that's the variable that we added. So I'll just click that. I'll save this level. And now, when I play in this level, and I transform, there's no auto leveling at all. So you can just fly in any direction because it's space and there's no horizon. Here we are. I'll still need to handle in the jet as well, because when I turn on the jet, it's gonna fix the horizon. But at least that's the first steps. So that'll be fine. We can just handle that flag in a bunch of other places. So that like when the spider's in this level, it'll just kind of float and pivot around and it can move top for rock rock. Cool beans. So I'm gonna do the most important thing ever. Just save my work. I don't know if anyone's ever seen like Perforce before, but you can look at all the changes that we've made. Then I can say like MWK, work in progress on the supersonic mode. Added a level setting to indicate 0 gravity. Submit. Now I've saved it. Cool. So yeah, this was fun. You get to enjoy the boy licking his balls, which is a great way to end the stream. So yeah, thanks for watching. Sorry we didn't have a stream last week, but as you know, it was Comic-Con. We were very busy. But yeah, we're back on the regular schedule, so I'll like definitely be back next Friday. And like also we'll just have an impromptu one if there's anything fun that we're working on, like art or something. So thanks for watching. Bye.